or is it just... Is Prince says, is hatred real, or is it... It's 11:20. Thank you very much, dear. I appreciate it. So we still have some time. Prince says, is hatred real, or is it just misunderstood as greatly disliking someone, or is hatred a combination of anger, fear, and other negative energies? It's a good question. Hatred is lots of things. Hatred can be viewed as an attack on your accomplishment, attack on your value, attack on your ego, attack on your tranquility, interference, creating conflict. But it all can stem from energy that is being extended. It's an emotion that is dissatisfaction on someone, based on whatever, right or wrong, towards someone else's way of exploring or negotiating a certain situation, or feelings, or the way one looks at it. We all think that the only thing that affects us is what we see, what we hear, what we taste, what we touch. But we also absorb other people's energy. And that is a disturbance in our equilibrium, disturbance in our ki, in our energy. It's a wave entering in our little ocean. It's like something dropped into it, and like you throw a rock into a pond, it disturbs its tranquility. And that energy, each two people pass by each other. You may not even say anything, but you may not like that person. He didn't even say anything. You didn't even say anything. They passed by, you just don't like that person. Or somebody who passed by, you like that person. It's the way their energy is being extended. Whatever they have turned themselves into, whatever intentions that they have, that energy, without them knowing, is being extended outwardly. And that energy is the same energy that when someone is hating you or disagreeing with you, depending on its level, is being extended either through the vehicle of words, or without words, gestures of your facial expression. It all emanates, extends a certain energy, or without even saying anything, you feel them. We're all connected and have this ability of feeling energy. That's why you can heal someone with the right energy. We call that ki, kyatso. That's when you actually heal someone through energy, through ki. So anger is a resonation, is an energy being extended by someone based on what his ego, his way of seeing something, his wishes of something being the way it wants to be, is. And often it is an anger from some people who simply are bad-mannered and ill-mannered or negative, or not in harmony with the way of the universe, way of the nature, to help things grow and develop. And that energy is felt by the other and disturbs that person, which is considered, I'm uncomfortable. That person is angry. Often this anger that we talked about, it in the energy form, also it's because we're all violent people. Intolerant because we've been conditioned to think that we are the best, we should be the best, because we've always been compared by the other one. When you were a little boy, always compared you with, look, so-and-so's son is such a good boy, and look, so and so's daughter is so well, nicely groomed and dressed and so polite. Always being compared, so we always have this complex of wanting to be better than somebody else. So we want things, we want to be on top of the world, recognized. And so when we want to be more and somebody says something that they don't like about us, suddenly that creates an anger and hatred from us to them, while it was from them to us. It goes both ways. That's why anger brings anger. Negative brings more energy. Bad energy brings more bad energy. Somebody's yelling at you, angry, it starts you wanting to yell, respond as a form of defense, because it's uncomfortable. It's a bad energy. It makes you feel bad, so you defend it. It's not physical, but still, it's part of life. That's how you understand there's something more than your physical being, and the way you react and interact with things is not just limited to physical. When anger starts, it's an energy. It's the way it makes you feel, just somebody pushed you. So you retaliate with the same, and that brings more and more. And that all starts from some disagreement, or with the way you used to think about yourself, or you can't tolerate somebody else not like you because you're conditioned to be the best, always being compared, so now you want to be more, and somebody says something about you or behaves in a certain way that doesn't make you feel that you're more, and you'll be offended, and that you react to it, or they react to you. So the anger is like love, contagious. The more good energy you give, the more good energy you will receive, and you want to comply in that resonance, and the anger also brings more anger. So there are many ways to look at it, but also we're all violent people, and we still haven't learned to be something that we should be. We're all trying to be non-violent, you know? Non-violent means we are violent. So let's deal with violence first. Let's find out why we are violent. Don't try to be violent and then try to act non-violent. Let's try to learn why we're violent and change that in our consciousness from the roots, than just being what we are and trying to be non-violent. It's a two different thing. Let's deal with the violence. Where did that violence come from? And change it from there, and just mask it by learning to become non-violent. Non-violent, that means we are violent. Let's change that. It's a long discussion that we can go on maybe next time. We are now pretty much towards the end of it. Let's see if I can look at another question here.